Okay, there we go. That'll work. Good evening, everyone. Everybody's doing well. And welcome to Bakasana Breakdown. So Bakasana Breakdown, this is going to be another one of those series of practices that is designed to help us better understand like a single pose, right? So that we're not like focusing on the practice as a whole is designed to, to help us improve that one posture. Bakasana, crane pose, and don't let anybody ever tell you it's not crane pose. All right, it's not. It is not crow pose. Okay, I don't want to hear anybody call it crow pose. There's something about it that just drives me nuts. But it is crane pose, and as Diana and I's teacher likes to say, right, it's that you are a crane and not that you need one, right? And that is what we're trying to get. We're trying to find that lift, the buoyancy in this most basic of arm balances, so that we don't need any more help. We have the confidence and the strength to move, maybe eventually very seamlessly into the posture. Now, it's a confidence and strength, right? These kind of go hand in hand. Swami Vivekananda has a lot of wonderful writings about courage and strength, and their relationship to one another. But that's besides the point. Though it is true, the stronger you become, the less likely you are to, kind of lack the confidence you would need to move into this, again, most basic of arm balances, but one that, let's face it, you kind of peer over the edge a bit. All right? Okay, so a couple things that we've got to figure out is one, how do we get the upper body strong enough, right? Because there's a lot of upper body strength. And just like, basically every other posture in the practice of yoga, you want to learn to use your entire body in a pose. The less you use one part of your body, the more likely you are to grow very heavy in the posture. So, even though it's an arm balance, it's really important that we stay connected to our legs. Now, the posture itself also requires a lot of flexion or rounding of the spine to kind of help us with that buoyancy, that lift that we're trying to find in the pose. And again, it'll kind of keep things climbing upwards. As a matter of fact, if you look at the design of the posture as it is taught in the Ashtanga method, the posture, though it is compact, it is initiated during an inhalation, which, if you kind of study the breath and how postures are influenced by the breath, that means that the posture itself is pranic. It is moving upwards, always moving upwards. So even though it requires a lot of grounding, a lot of strengthening, a lot of deep connection to our balance, there's always this movement upwards. Right, so strengthening. We got the upper body strength. We'll do a bunch of postures, exercises today not a bunch, but enough to kind of get the upper body working a bit. And of course, it is something that we have to be patient with. Right? When it comes to upper body strength, it's not as if you could just rush something like that. It's something that does take time. And of course, it's not just all power. Right? There's got to be that finesse as well. Right? And when it comes to arm balancing, right, of course, it's in the word. Finesse comes with understanding your equilibrium, right? Having a good sense of balance. And whenever it comes to balance, it doesn't matter if you're on one foot, if you're bouncing on your butt like Navasana, or Mukha Paschimottanasana or something like that, or bouncing on your hands or bouncing your head, doesn't matter, right? Equilibrium, there doesn't discern between one posture to the next to maintain balance. Your center is your center is your center is your center. Doesn't matter which posture you're in. So learn to grow confident mentally by gaining balance in like standing balance postures. Because the information that you gather there in your body, though the arms might not be strong enough just yet, balance works the same way. No matter if you're upside down or right side up, or on your hands or on your butt, doesn't matter. Oh, kind of fun. All right. So I guess it's best when we get started. All right. So let's actually come down onto our backs. Okay. So we're going to be on our backs. Might as well just stretch it out. How about we just take Shavasana for the rest of class? It's like, Shavasana is kind of like the antithesis of Bakasana in many ways. But we're not going to take Shavasana just yet. We'll leave that for later. All right, we're going to bring our legs together, right? Kind of activate the legs and let the body just kind of settle down into your mat. All right, we're going to take actually what's called Bakasana, the old wind-relieving pose. So if you ever find yourself gassy, you just kind of can't get rid of that gas. So this is one way to do it in practice of yoga. So we're going to hug one knee, the right knee, into our chest for now. Right? We're going to wrap the hands around the shin nice and tight. We're going to hug it in, not using too much energy, but enough. Okay, we're just breathing deeply here. Keep the left leg active. All right, now, the thing with Bakasana, and one thing that will make it easier, is learning to have a deeper range of motion of your hips. If your hips are like tight, and by tight, I'm not talking about like flexibility necessary. I'm not talking about your ability to get in like pigeon pose or leg behind your head pose or something like that. I'm talking about just movements, right? Movement. So my ability to hug the knee and tight to the body is going to determine oftentimes where that knee lands on my arm. So if you have lots of density in the hips, you might notice that it's difficult to get the knee even above the elbow. All right, so we're resting here. Let's just switch up legs. I've been talking too long. Now we'll switch up legs and we'll hug that left knee in. So very mild, very, very mild. Again, it's in a stretch, kind of. It's a little bit of a stretch. You get the glutes stretched out a little bit here. And because the glutes are stretching, they are hip extenders, actually. But you'll feel those in like forward folds as well. So our ability to kind of tilt our pelvis in a forward fold, you'll end up stretching a bit of the glutes. And here, it's not just the musculature, of course, it is the joint itself. The less familiar the joint is with deep flexion, right? So we're flexing the hip joint very deeply here. The less familiar it is, the harder it is for you to hug that left knee in nice and tight. And remember, the deeper the flexion of the hip, the higher the knee will naturally be. Right? That does not mean, right? This does not mean that the knee won't fall off the arm or something like that. It just means it's going to give you a little advantage. Right? And basically, when it comes to some of these really powerful postures, any advantage we can gain, the better. All right. So let's now hug both knees in just for a few breaths. Right? Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. Now letting go, right? Rest the arms by your sides, the sacrum, your low back on your mat, the knees still bent. We're going to inhale, extend the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Lift the arms, at a slight diagonal, and lift your chin so you're doing a little crunch. Oh, my undies are showing. All right, there we go. All right, so let's try to prevent that from happening. So what I'd like to see is the legs at a perpendicular angle to the floor. So, reaching directly upwards from sacrum up to the balls of your feet. So we get the chin lifted, and already we're starting to engage those belly muscles. Now, without rocking the legs back like so, very subtle action, I want you to work on like kind of popping the hips up. So we're going to be contracting the belly muscles, and as we do, the shoulder blades and the sacrum are going to lift up off of the mat. All right, so again, I'm not doing this to lift my hips off the mat. The only thing I'm doing is doing a deep crunch. And as I do, I'm trying to move my feet straight up towards the ceiling. And basically what this is doing, of course, is the rectus abdominis is contracting so much, it's starting to round the spine, And like a flat basketball, flat ball on the floor, as you kind of pump it up, it starts to round, right? It starts to round, and less of your spine is on the mat. And the deeper we get into those belly muscles. All right, so we inhale, lift, exhale, relax. Inhale, lift, exhale, relax. Inhale, lift, exhale, relax. Inhale, lift. Again, try to make that ball-like shape. There's only like as little bit of contact with the floor as you can. All right, one more inhale, lift, and then exhale, relax. Again, hug those knees in. Now, so what we're going to do is reach those arms up towards the ceiling like so. Right? My toes are going to stay together. I'm going to separate my knees a bit. All right, now as I inhale, what I want to do is press my palms straight up towards the ceiling. And as I do, I want my knees to make contact with my arms. And then I exhale, relax. So same action, just a slightly different design. Inhale, I'm reaching the palms straight up towards the ceiling, and I'm drawing the knees back, and then I'm exhaling, relaxing. All right, 3 more of those. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. 1 more now. Inhale, lift, and hold, breathing. 1. Holding, breathing. 2. Keep contact. 3. Arms to legs. 4. And 5. Exhale and relax. Oh, gosh. I like to think that I'm strong in my core, but whew, hey, I don't know if you're with me or not, but let's rock up. Maybe you plant your hands, come up to stand. I don't know about you, but that's some deep core work. Right? We only did just a few minutes of it there. A few minutes of it, but a few reps of that last one. Oh, the burning, right? All right, so let's officially begin our practice with some sun salutations. Let's connect with the breath. So let's first take an exhale, Samastiti, stand tall. Inhale, arms rise, gaze up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back lower. Chaturanga to your belly. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. 1, breathe deeply. 2. 3, let me be connected to your breath. 4. And 5. Exhale, bendy step or float your way top of your mat. Inhale, let's look up halfway, lengthen. And fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up, reach up, gaze up. And Samastiti, exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step or float back low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 1. 2. 3. I feel you're scrubbing your limbs towards one another. 4. A very useful action for Bakasana. And 5. Exhale, bendy step or float top of the mat. Halfway inhale. And fold, exhale. Rise up, inhale, gaze up. Samastiti, exhale. Inhale, arms rise. And fold, exhale. Halfway inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Exhale to the top. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale, gaze up. Samasthiti, exhale. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, knees bend, arms rise, gaze to thumbs. Fold, exhale. Halfway inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, rise up, gaze up. Exhale, touch down, step back and lower. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, rise up, gaze up. Exhale, lower. Keep your chin up and chaturanga. Full inhale. Down dog, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And exhale your way to the top of your mat. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Knees bend, arms rise. Bakasana. Inhale. To stand, exhale, Samasthiti. One more. All right, inhale, knees bend, arms rise. Fold, exhale. Halfway inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot forward, left heel down, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale. Control your breathing. Full inhale. Down dog, exhale. 1, 2. Right, firmly root the base of your index. 3. Squeezing the forearms towards one another. 4. And 5. Exhale to the top. Halfway inhale. Hold, exhale. Knees bend, arms rise. Utkatasana. Inhale. To stand, Samasthiti, exhale. Hands to hips, hop, feet, hips distance. Take an inhale, look up. And fold, exhale, Padangusthasana. Catch big toes, first 2 fingers of each hand. Now we take an inhale, look up and lengthen. And then fold, exhale. 1, 2. You're scrubbing your heels away from one another. 3. Bend your knees now. 4. And keep your belly as close to your thighs as you can. Press your spine between your legs. And 5. Inhale now, halfway. Let's keep those legs mostly straight. Releasing the hands, exhale. Send the arms past your legs, like so. Right? I'm not touching anything here. I want you to tip forward out of your heels. Try to scrub again the heels away. Squeeze the shins towards one another. And folding, just using your hip flexors and your belly muscles. 1, 2. So keep the effort on, just not at a very high volume. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Frame out your feet. Exhale, lunge your left leg back. Toes are tucked. Right knee bends. Inhale, chin up. So here I'm trying to get my body as close to my right leg as I can. Remember, I want to deepen the flexion of this right hip. So body close to leg. For some of you with very tight hips, you might have to get a stack of books on either side of your right foot. So we take an inhale, chin up. If you can, we'll just move with the breath. Exhale, straight out the right leg, press into the big toe mound, and draw the right hip back forward. As you inhale, rock forward again into the lunge, chin up, keeping the body close to the leg. Exhale, back and forward. Inhale, we rock forward into our lunge. And exhale back and fold. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale the left heel down. Warrior two. Unwind, inhale. Gazing right middle finger, let's connect with those legs. One, I want you to feel like you're scrubbing the feet towards one another. Two, right, those of you practice me a lot, so gesture I promote a whole lot in practice. Three, gazing over right middle finger. Four, think about your ribs in, the tailbone kind of gliding down. Think cat pose a little bit. And five, extended side angle, exhale, forward thigh or hand outside of your foot. Again, the closer the right side body is to the leg, the easier Bakasana will become. Inhale, left arm over the ear, gaze left arm. One. Step strong into your left foot now. Two. Three. Four. Keep opening the body to the right. And five. Reverse warrior exhale, left arm back, reaching right arm up. Inhale, stretch your right side. And into chaturanga. Exhale, hands down, step or float back and lower. Full inhale, up dog. To down dog, exhale. Top of the mat, toes touch. Halfway inhale. Folding exhale. Knees bend, arms rise. Bakasana, inhale. To stand, exhale. Again, hands to hips. Hop, feet, hips, distance. Let's keep breathing. Inhale, look up. Bakasana, exhale, fold. Stepping on your palms, toes to wrists. Inhale, halfway. And then fold, exhale. One. Two. Try to lift the pinky toe edges of your feet. Three. Again, let's bend our knees a bit. Press our spine between our legs. Four. Keeping the shins squeezing towards one another. And five. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Releasing your hands, exhale, lunge. No, don't lunge just yet. Exhale, send the arms past the legs again. So we'll torture ourselves with this posture a little bit as well. One. So again, I want you to tip weight forward out of your heels. Send the arms past your legs. Concentrate energy in the belly and the hips. Two. Three. Maybe tuck your chin deeply. Think about that early core work. Four. Same concept here. Rounded spine. And five. Inhale, halfway, lengthen. Framing out those feet. Now we exhale, lunge that right leg back. Toes tucked. Left knee bends. Inhale, chin up. So again, we're going to move with the breath in a moment. Just keep that back leg strong. Take an inhale. Exhale. As you straighten out that left leg, press down into the big toe mound. Left foot, draw the left hip back and fold. Inhale, forward into the lunge. Remember to keep the body as close to the leg as you can. Exhale, back and fold. Right? We're trying to keep that body close here as well. Inhale, forward lunge. Exhale, back and fold. Inhale, forward and lunge. Exhale the right heel down. Unwind as you inhale, warrior two. Gazing left middle finger. One. And left knee over ankle, drawing those ribs in. Two. Breathe steady and smooth. Three. Again, the gathering of the feet towards one another. Strong Mula Bandha. Four. And five. We take extended side angle. Exhale, forearm to thigh or hand outside of the foot. Reaching right arm over the ear, gaze right thumb. One. Smooth, even breathing. Two. Back leg strong. Three. Four. And five. Reverse warrior exhale, right arm back, left arm up. Inhale, stretch that left side, keeping knee over ankle. Chaturanga. Exhale, hands down, step, float your way back, lower. Inhale, up dog. Into down dog, exhale. All right, take your knees to your mat. Little review. We take inhale to cow pose for a moment. Right? This is what we do not want in Bakasana. But as you exhale to cat pose, this is what it's all about. Now, as we take our cat pose, I want you to lean forward into the index finger knuckles. Squeeze the forearms towards one another and keep that shape, right? The ribs lifting, the spine rounding. Let's keep the chin up as well. So we're simulating Bakasana as much as possible. Now, what I want you to do is to kind of challenge your wrists a little bit. Be mindful here, of course. I want you to press into your fingertips. Begin to rock forward, not a very tight wrist. So if you can, I want you to challenge your shoulders out past your wrists a bit. 1, breathing here, 5 breaths. 2, don't forget your fingertips. Claw into your mat. 3, keep the spine lifting, chin up. 4, so find that cat shape. And 5, we inhale, rock back. Now let's exhale. See if we can get up onto those fingertips now. We're on our fingertips. I want you to have the sensation of attempting to pull the fingers towards one another if you were to let go of your mat, if you were to lift your hands. So we're always having this feeling, not of the fingers moving, sliding away from one another, but instead gathering towards one another. Take an inhale, little cow shape. Exhale, cat shape. Keep the fingers scrubbing in. Keep the shape of the spine. Inhale, rock forward. Moving into those fingertips, move your shoulders down your back and keep the spine lifting up. 1. So now we're strengthening up those hands a bit. 2. 3. Ribs rising, spine rounding. 4. And 5. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, sit back onto your heels if you can. Take your fingers up. I want you to wave your fingers out. All right, wave your fingers out. And kind of like as if you're waving like a real fancy person. Do fancy people do this? Royalty maybe? Oh, bye-bye. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're just trying to loosen up the finger joints a little bit after having exercised the hands and fingers. You might even do that with your wrists a little bit. Right? In Qigong, we call this octopus gong. Right? the octopus energy, right? Just trying to wave the fingers and wrists a little bit. Loosen them up. Try not to jostle them, as our boy Bruno would say. Saint Bruno from DY. Many of you know, right? Ahimsa here, right? Nonviolence. You don't want to just jiggle your wrists around, right? You want to practice, right? Nonviolence. So be calm and steady in your movements. All right. We inhale, rock forward to that tabletop position. Let's exhale our way back into down dog. Back into our postures now. We'll take an inhale. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Step or float your way to the top of your mat. I will take an inhale. Let's look up, lengthen, and then fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up, reach up, gaze up. Samastiti, exhale. Okay, now we're going to take balance postures. Like I said, our balance poses right side up, upside down, on your butt, on your hands, doesn't matter. Okay? We're going to take our right hand to our right hip. Inhale, lift your left knee up. Catch either one, your shin, or catch big toe of that left foot. You can straighten out the left leg. Possibly folding, exhale. While you're working, keeping that right rib cage moving forward. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head up. Exhale, left leg out to the left, gaze right. 1, stand tall. 2, 3. Now, if you need to, of course, you can bend your left knee. 4, and 5. We inhale that left leg back through center. We might fold, exhale. Take an inhale, head up. Hands to hips, exhale. Now, typically we stay right here, but what I want to do is take an inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to hug the left knee up as high as you can. Bending the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Hug in. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge the left leg back. Toes tucked, knee comes down. Then you can point those toes. Inhale, arms rise up, kneeling crescent lunge. Gaze up to your thumbs. 1. So we're just working out that left hip flexor a bit. 2. Keep the chest rising. Think up and down, not forward and back so much. 3. 4. And 5. Twist, exhale. Left elbow moves across right thigh. Inhale, lift your heart to your thumbs. And as you exhale, you might tuck your toes and maybe lift your back knee. Take an inhale here. And exhale, maybe you deepen your twist. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Warrior 2, unwind, inhale. Hands to hips, exhale, toes in, heels out. Press through to Bakasana, inhale, take a look up. Then fold, exhale, take hands between your feet. We'll take an inhale, look up, lengthen, and then fold, exhale. 1, 2. I breathe, fold, legs scrub in. 3. 4. And 5. Halfway. Inhale, lengthen. Lizard pose. Exhale, walk those hands top of the mat. Right knee bends, back heel lifts, chin up, inhale, both hands inside that right foot. Now this posture is just fine if you have those tighter hips. Remember, we're trying to deepen that flexion of that right hip in this case. If you can though, you might exhale, lower your forearms onto blocks or to your mat. 1. 2. Back leg strong now. 3. 4. Right knee hugging into the body. And 5. Now inhale, come up onto your hands. High plank, exhale. Take an inhale, lift the ribs. All right, so you want this rounded position here, the spine. Legs strong. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, top of the mat, toes touch. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise up, inhale, reach up. Gaze to thumbs. And Samastiti, exhale. Utthita Padangusthasana, other side. Left hand, left hip. Inhale, right leg lifts. Catch either shin or big toe. If you can, you straighten it and possibly fold, exhale. 1. 2. Right, left rib cage moving forward here. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, head up. Exhale, right leg out to the right, gaze left. 1. Remember, if you need to, right knee bends. 2. I want you to be upright. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, right leg back. Through center, exhale. You might fold. Head up, inhale. Hands to hips, exhale. We take that inhale. Exhale, right knee bends into the chest, heel close to the body. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend, lift. 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 Inhale, straight. Exhale, lunge the right leg back. Toes are tucked at first. We lower the right knee to our mat and then point the toes to that right foot. Inhale, arms rise up, reach up. 1. So again, you want to feel length from the top of the right knee through the hip flexor. It'll be pretty immediate, right? After that last posture, those last movements. 3. Right? So from the top of the knee all the way to the ribs. 4. And 5. Exhale, twist. Right elbow moves across left thigh. Inhale, we lift the heart to the thumbs. And exhale, you might tuck toes, lifting that back heel, or even deepen the twist if you like. 1. 2, full even breaths. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Warrior 2, unwind, inhale. Hands to hips, exhale. Toes in, heels out. Inhale, arms reach wide. Exhale, interlace fingers behind your back. Straight arms, inhale, look up. And fold, exhale. 1, 2, legs scrubbing in. 3, 4, and 5. Just halfway, inhale. Hands to your mat for lizard pose, exhale. Walk hands top of the mat. Back heel lifts, chin up, inhale. Remember, both hands inside that left knee, left foot. Exhale, you might lower forearms, elbows to books or to your mat in 1. Left knee hugging in, breathe full. 2, remember, no space between the body and leg. 3, be compact, hug yourself in tight. 4, and 5. Inhale. And we come up onto our hands. Exhale. We send left leg back. Right? Find that cat shape in the spine, lifting those ribs nice and strong. Powerful legs. We take an inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Malasana, step or float those feet outside your hands. Right? We come into a low squat. All right, just breathing here. 1. Try to keep your toes pointing same direction as your knees. 2. And step into your feet. So don't sink completely. 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to lift our butt up a little bit. We're going to make contact, knees to the upper arms. Right. So ideally, as we take Bakasana, the knees like a wing, you should be able to see on the side body. All right, but we might start a little bit lower. It's fine. This practice here, we're not even going into it. The only thing we're doing is inhaling, tipping forward. Find your fingertips. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Find your fingertips. Forearm squeeze. Exhale, rock back. 3 more like that. Inhale, forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, forward. Find that strength. Press into those hands. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Good. Take an inhale, rock forward a little bit. Exhale, step and float your way back lower. Full inhale, up dog. Into down dog, exhale. Good. Let's jump through to sit. Dandasana first. Don't worry, we'll get there. Sit up nice and tall, legs strong, hollow belly. 1. Right, shoulders back and down, powerful legs. 2, collarbones lifting up. 3, 4, and 5. Paschimottanasana, exhale, fold, catch those feet, bend your knees if you need to, okay? Don't be afraid to bend those knees. Inhale, look up, lengthen, and fold, exhale. 1, 2, steady breath. 3, I think about this forward fold. I know hamstrings and glutes and quadratus and rectus spinae, all these muscles along the back of the body are stretching, but also think about being compact, right? Like we did the standing posture, you might even release the arms and see if you can use those belly muscles to fold more deeper. 4, and 5. Inhale, head up, and exhale, release. Purvatana, just to reverse course a little bit. So those hands back behind us, about 6-8 inches. Fingers point towards hips. Point toes, squeeze legs, firm belly. Inhale, hips up, head back. Bend those knees if you need to. 1, 2, 3. Step strong on his feet, legs squeeze. 4, and 5. Exhale, lower, nice and easy. Sit tall, inhale. We bend the right knee, Janu Shirshasana, foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, line up over that left leg and fold, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head up. Exhale, release. Marichasana A. Right? So now for some of us, you might want a book here. Sit up onto a book. All right? Now we turn the right foot up, the right knee up, right foot flat on your mat. Make sure you have some distance to fold. So at least a hand's width distance between the right foot and left thigh. Right? We sit up nice and tall. We might get like here by our dog. Right, we're gonna hug the body in close to that leg, right? You can do that, that's fine, that's more than enough. Right? Maybe you exhale and start to fold. Notice in my left hand, I'm keeping that right knee pressing in. All right, so no matter how far you fold, doesn't matter. Again, we're trying to deepen flexion of that right hip. So this is fine. All right, you might take that right hand forward. You might even catch that left foot. I'm going to keep using my left hand to hug that right leg in. All right, you can also use a towel or a strap or something like that, a belt. Okay, now, if you can, we wrap the right arm around the right leg, the left arm around back, so you combine the hands. Maybe right hand to left wrist. We take an inhale. Wherever you are, you exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head up. And then exhale, release. Straight out that right leg, sit tall, inhale. Just switching sides, exhale, left foot, right inner thigh. Line up over your right leg as you inhale. And fold, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Head up, inhale. Exhale, release. We turn the left knee up, foot flat onto your mat. Right, setting up Marichasana A. Remember, you might be sitting up on a book, that's fine, or 2. Right, hugging that left leg in tight. First step. Second step, fold to the inside of the left leg. Use the right hand to keep the left leg hugging into the body. Right, again, maybe a towel, a strap, a belt. All right, then if you can, you want to get that left arm around the left leg, right arm around back to bind. If you can, left hand, right wrist, otherwise just clasp hands. 1, 2, keep the left shoulder blade moving down your back if you have found the bind. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head up, and exhale, release. Straighten out those legs, inhale, sit tall. And Bakasana, exhale, soles of the feet together, knees apart. All right, we're taking an inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, fold. If you're on that book, you might stay on it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, head up. Exhale, catch big toes of those feet, the first 2 fingers of each hand. Lean back a little bit, try to balance on your butt. All right, now again, this is going to determine some tightness in the hips. If you can, legs wide, inhale, balance, like so. If you have tighter hips, you might find yourself losing balance or struggling to straighten out those legs. Might be the hamstrings, of course. So you might keep a bend in the knees. And if you can, we inhale, we bring the legs together like so, shoulders back. All right? You might challenge yourself here. All right? But no matter where you are, we're moving to Navasana. So legs together, arms by your sides for 1, 2, 3. Right? We need this energy, right? For Bakasana, 4. And 5. Exhale, cross ankles, plant hand stepper, float your way back and low. Inhale, up dog. And into down dog, exhale. Again, we're gonna hop the feet this time just behind the hands, like so. Once your feet together, some distance between the feet and the hands. Because ideally, we're gonna work on keeping this knee joint closed as much as possible, the hip joint closed as much as possible. As I was mentioning earlier, this is a posture, as compact as it is, happens on inhalation, because what we're doing is as we inhale, we're just climbing straight up into the pose. All right, it's a lot of us practitioners, you kind of like, we work for like here or something, right? It's kind of down and forward approach. Actually, it is up and forward more than down and forward. So ideally, I'm squeezing my knees into my upper arms, compact, squeezing, inhaling, rock forward to lift, like so, heels high, working on straight arms. Now, I understand that is likely very difficult for a lot of us. No problem, all right? We want to start in a place that makes sense, all right? And we've already done that a few times, right? The beginning core work practice, Bakasana on our back, kind of like step 1, right? Step 2, we worked on shifting weight, right? Eventually, you want to learn to shift weight, lift one foot, shift back and exhale. Inhale, shift weight forward, other foot lifts, okay? Inhale, left foot lifts, exhale. Inhale, right foot lifts, okay? So that's another option. So the forward and up action is very difficult, which means that it's going to be more reasonable for us to kind of step down into the pose from a higher position. Especially, of course, if your hips don't have that deep range of motion. It's reasonable. And we always have to work with where we are, not rushing things. So if achieving balance is your goal today and your hips are tight, I want you to start with your butt up nice and high. Knees to upper arms. Notice how open my knee joint is here. And I'm just pouring weight forward. I want to grip down into my fingertips. Again, I might lift one foot at a time, or, right, if you have a book, I got a little book right here available. Not that I want to step on this book. Pass it off. Yeah, Passages is a good book. I'll be light on it, right? So you might be stepping up on a book, nice high book, if you can, dictionary if possible, a War and Peace. All right, Dune with some big lettering or something. All right, we're here and we're rocking forward. Now, as the feet lift a little bit higher than the floor, right, the feet are higher than the hands here, the more we're able to kind of commit forward, the more immediate our balance becomes. So again, if you have those tighter hips, a little lift of the feet is going to give you an advantage of moving your weight more immediately over the palms, all right? Of course, it's a slow approach. Remember, this is the posture that we peer out over the edge. We don't want to tip ourselves over the edge, of course. And if you feel, a little insecure about it, which, happens, I'm, as the type of teacher I am, right? I grew up playing football and stuff. My coach would be like, just get over it. And they would just kind of throw you forward. But if you need to, a pillow out in front of you could be really good. It could go a long way in giving you the confidence you need to just get forward without the proposition of, hitting your face against the floor. Although your instincts should kick into gear. All right, let's try it one more time. So let's go through one phase at a time, one step at a time. All right, so we're here, right? First step here, Bakasana, we did the very beginning. Inhale, tap, exhale, lower. Inhale, tap, press, exhale, lower. And you know what happens if we hold the pose for 5 breaths? That deep burning in there, it's good for the gut, I think, or it's good for our, never mind. All right, Step 2, like we did in the middle of our practice from Malasana. Inhale forward, just finding weight in the hands, exhale back. Be confident. Inhale forward, exhale back. All right, so that's another one. The third step, your feet might be up on those books. All right, we start with our butts up high. Inhale, rock forward, 1 foot lifts, heel to butt. Exhale back. Inhale forward, the other foot lifts, heel to butt. Exhale back. All right, step 4, right? We start to rock forward. Our knees might be a little bit low. We might lose that cat shape in the spine, but that's okay. Maybe we're just starting to achieve balance. Right? That's all you need. Right? Feeling enough weight forward as you feel going back. All right, so ideally, though, all that weight keeps pouring forward, making the posture feel a little bit more dangerous, spicy. All right, so the next step, we might start with our butt high. So step 5, our butt's high. We rock forward, we achieve that balance, and then we try to lift those feet high. We try to press those arms straight. We try to get forward as much as possible. And finally, the 6th step, and we will cover the 7th step next week. But the 6th step, legs clamping in, starting low, going high. Inhale, right into the pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. All right, not bad. All right, let's jump through, lie down. All right, so some bridge postures. Knees bent, feet hips distance. All right, first, tuck your chin like we've been doing, ribs down, so we're kind of pressing the spine into our mat. Head back, then inhale, hips up. Again, you can interlace fingers over your back if you'd like. 1, 2, 3. So just focus on our back bends for a few moments. 4, just to counter all that forward folding action in our practice. 5, exhale and low. All right, number 2, either bridge or upper bow, your choice. Prepare with an exhale, ribs down. Inhale, hips rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower. Okay, last one. Prepare, exhale. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower. Now bring your knees into your chest. And bring the arms up by your sides. And get a little twist. Exhale those knees over to the left. Gaze over your right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale your knees back up through center. Little shift to your hips to the left as you exhale your knees over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale those legs back up through center. Exhale, might hug them in real quick. As I promised, Shavasana in the early portions of our practice, I guess we can't skip it here, which we should not, but usually these clinics, I'm not pressing Shavasana so much, but we'll stretch those legs out by the corners of your mat. Arms by your sides, palms turned face up. We'll tuck the chin, a full Inhale through your nose, and out through your mouth, exhale. Relax for a few minutes. Just breathing some life back into your body. Take a full inhale, stretch out, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, bring your knees to your chest. You can rock onto one side. Gently lift yourself up to seated. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this exploration into Bakasana was beneficial. Check back in next week for part 2 of 2. Okay? Namaste.